Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the Jug Bucket YouTube channel. I am your host, Jug Bucket, as per usual, and today we're going to be discussing the game Misery. Now, I have a lot of hours in Misery, even though it only came out last week. I have how many hours? Keep in mind, this game has been out about a week at this point. So, today we're going to go ahead and be discussing 3 things that I have learned in my time of playing Misery. Now, it's only been out for about a week, but I got almost a whole work week worth of hours in this game. I play it all the time in my off time. Absolutely love it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first thing. First thing that I want to discuss in this is melee combat. Let me take him down real quick. But as you go over here real quick, watch this. The melee combat is so easy. All you got to do is strafe around them. Look at this. I'm not taking any damage because the enemies attack straight in front of them. The other thing, watch this. Boom. Right to the head. Headshot multipliers also work with melee. Now, I'm going to miss my shots a lot right here. Don't talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. But yes, melee is really easy. Strafe around them. They only hit in front of them and aim for the head. It's quite that simple. Now, a quick side note from this clip. The 2 best firearms in the game are the Saiga 12 and the AS Val. The Saiga 12 just deals a fuck ton of damage, and the AS Val is good because it's internally suppressed, so you're not going to attract a bunch of enemies towards you whenever you fire your weapon. This is especially useful when you get past Emissions 20 and start getting the underground bunkers. You don't want to get ghouls and screamers coming after you for killing one of them. Now, as far as melee is concerned, the combat knife is number 1 for me because you can take it and put it in the 3, 4, or 5 slot, which if you didn't know, you can put items in the 3, 4, or 5 slot by dragging them down to that slot. The other one is the axe. The axe is really good because you can one-hit wooden crates and the wooden slats to get into doorways. Now, this one is really quite self-explanatory, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail with it than just, oh, don't craft it. Don't craft cupboards. There's no reason for it. It's a waste of materials. Instead, go in the expedition zone, grab all the furniture that you need, and bring it back to your base to store items in it. If you can grab a wardrobe, grab a wardrobe. Better yet, if you can grab a safe, grab a safe. Even better than that, the small and big military boxes, if you are able to find those, drag those back to your base because you can stack stuff on top of them. I'm pretty sure you can stack stuff on top of the cupboards and all that as well. I'm not too sure, but to me, it's a waste of space because there's not enough storage space in them to really justify using them. And beyond that, you don't even really need to bring items back to your base to store them. Yes, of course, it looks nicer and it makes it easier to find things, but you really don't have to. You can throw your items on the ground, and as long as they're in the courtyard or inside of the base, they will not despawn. In fact, there is a bug right now within Misery, as at the time of recording this, they haven't patched it yet, but there is plans to patch it. If you have a friend join your world, and then you save and leave the world, there is a high likelihood that when that friend joins back, they will have none of their stuff on them. So, what I recommend doing is having anybody who's in the game that is not the host drop all of their stuff on the ground, then you save the game, then you leave. And finally, number 3, glow sticks. And really, in general, I'm going to just go over navigation, but glow sticks primarily are an absolute godsend. When you get past Emissions 20 and you start getting into those military bunkers, glow sticks are going to be quite literally your lightweight back. But hey, I haven't made it to the underground bunkers yet and I keep getting lost in the regular expedition zone. This is super easy to fix. Let me explain. So, when you press Q on your keyboard, you pull up your hand and you have that little compass that sits right there on your hand, right? Well, if that arrow is pointing towards the left, you are looking in the direction of where your base would be. This does not mean that you will be led directly to where the base entrance is. Instead, it leads you to the whole entire hillside of where your bunker entrance sits. So once you find that hillside, you can run along back and forth on it until you find the entrance. So this video ended up being a lot shorter than I wanted it to be. I was aiming towards like 5 or 6 minutes, and we're currently sitting at about 4 minutes and 20-ish seconds, I want to say. So here's a bonus clip for you.
Hooray!
So for our bonus tip, we're going to be talking about what you should be focusing on when you're first starting out in Misery. Beyond just food, water, scrap, wood, all of that stuff. You need to be focusing and getting as much of that as you can right off the bat. It makes advancing a lot easier. But beyond that, focus on getting as much space in inventory as possible. Sell whatever you gotta sell to get enough rubles to get that hiking bag from the store vendor. It goes such a long way to spend as much time as you can in the expedition zone, getting as much supplies as you can to run back to the base. The next thing you need to be focusing on is radiation protection. Now, inside of the expedition zone, you can find torn plague doctor masks, plague doctor suits, which provide you the same amount of radiation protection as the regular hazmat suit, which I would recommend actually getting one of those if you're able to get your hands on one and just repairing it. The hazmat suit does not provide any space, whereas the plague doctor suit provides just a little bit. I think it's like 6 or 8 spaces. Then, after you have those things, focus on getting as much scrap, electronics, plastic, wood, and rubles as much as you can. But I think it's about time that we wrap up this video. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. If you didn't like it at all, leave a dislike. Comment down below what you want to see me make next. If you want more commentary videos on the game Misery or tips and tricks or anything like that, I'd be glad to make a video on it. But yeah, this has been Jugbucket on the Jugbucket YouTube channel as per usual, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy out there. Peace.